Hey guys, Unseen Oni here. And so, yeah, we're in the respawn screen. So you can guess what that means. I had just set up my hotkeys to start and stop recording, and I didn't realize that OBS was not particularly sensitive to which Alt and Control keys I was setting them up for. I was setting them up for the right side Alt and Control. A lot of games and a lot of software will recognize the difference between left and right, and OBS did not. So I had just recorded about 15 minutes worth of content and came up upon a bear. And I decided to try and take that bear on. And it didn't go well because mid-combat, I was pressing Alt and Control on the left, and it stopped recording. I looked over. Next thing you know, the bear's in my face, killing me. So I'm really disappointed about this because my wellness had gotten back up, and I hate the fact that you guys missed me getting mauled to death by a bear. And unfortunately, now I have to go and deal with the virus again. Or, well, not the virus. The, what do you call it? The error code, at least I think. Let's see. Everything else is there. Yeah, see, unfortunately, this is what I have. I have to have it set that way, or I lose. Have to do this. Oops. Oh yeah, I did clear this out. I was mentioning in my other recorded part that I had finished clearing this out, and when I get my stuff back, you guys will see. I spent a good bit of time. I went through roughly 300 forged iron, making tools. So we've got a 500 level barbed club and 400 level tools. I wasn't actually going to try and go fisticuffs with her. That wouldn't have ended well. Making sure that bear is not still around. Hey, it works! Okay, so I can set things back the way they were before everything. I like whoever designed this so that you can see the stats, because they are a little small. Anyways, we were on our way over here to the base to do some work on it, and that's when I ran into the bear. I don't know where he went. I don't really care where he went. I don't want anything to do with him. This water, I mean, let me look here. So yeah, I apologize again for that. To me, their new water is hideous. This is not what water looks like. It really isn't. Especially a clean source of water. This is green. Clean water is blue. And if you had the dead in it, it'd be more of a sludgy color, brownish, red, black from decomposition. So this is not water. This to me this looks like water texture or water-esque toxin. Just pure toxin. And unfortunately I have to use it for my water. I'm consuming toxins. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. So here we are. I finished. I meant to do that. Not that it was an actual issue. Okay. So as you can see, even though I haven't upgraded a whole lot, this is not going to collapse. And for me, this is the perfect size base. Did I ever get my... I thought I had made spikes, but I guess I didn't. Okay, we got a ton of wood. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to sort this stuff out. Okay, so now that's all sorted out, we're going to start crafting a bunch of spikes. And I'm going to finish the pillars. I'm probably going to go quiet here for a few minutes as I just do these. So I would love to do a time lapse if I honestly knew how. Oh, once this is done, once I've got this platform and everything made, I will move the workbench over here, and I will build a, or create a cement mixer and get my forges up and get started with cement production so we can get concrete. This, before I put the spikes down, this will all be dug out, and I'm going to go down 2 layers, and then I will replace these down 2 blocks with concrete, and then 1 layer or 2 layers beneath the surface is going to be all sod, and then 1 layer, this top layer, will be wood blocks. That or concrete, depending on how much we got, but the majority of our early concrete mix is going to go into reinforcing this. So as you can see, my miscellaneous crafting is getting up there pretty good. And I just leveled up, so that's good too. So I posed a question to a couple people on my Facebook, a couple people who are interested in some of you probably watching the videos. Another game I'm considering doing some recording of is Medieval 2 Total War. I have 2 mods currently installed for Medieval 2. I can play the base game, or any one of the Kingdoms expansions, Britannia, Crusades, the Americas, or the Teutonic. I can't remember what its name is, but anyways, I have installed currently Third Age Total War with the Divide and Conquer version 1. I believe, is it 1.1 submod? And I also have Stainless Steel 6.4 installed. Now I know Stainless Steel's a little old, and I don't think it's being updated anymore. I'm not a big fan of it. There used to be a mod and you can still find it. It was called Schwert und Sphere. Yes, that was German. And it didn't do a total overhaul of the game, but it added some new units and some features like a mercenary building to every faction, and some other scripted events, stuff like that. I can't find that one anymore. It's probably still on ModB, but I just haven't felt like looking hard enough for it. I've also tried out the submod for Third Age MOS, and I quite enjoy MOS. I just feel like there weren't enough factions. I'm one of those people that is very, very lore happy, I suppose, a lore nerd. So to have all of the dwarf factions thrown into one never made sense to me. To have Imladris Rivendell combined with the elves of Mythlond did never make sense to me. Dol Guldur should not have been part of Mordor. And also Dol Amroth should never have been included in Gondor. Dol Amroth was a principality of Gondor, and as such should have been its own faction. Okay, so this is done, and I hope I'm not boring you guys with Lord of the Rings info. I know quite a bit. I've got all of the Forgotten Tales books, so it's kind of a topic I'm quite familiar with. So we'll start digging this out. I'm not going to dig underneath the pillars yet. So anyways, you guys will have to tell me what you think about Medieval 2. I have Rome 1 Total War, I have Medieval 2, I have Shogun 2, I have Empire, I have Rome 2, Attila, and Warhammer Total War. So you guys, if any of you are interested in Total War videos, please let me know in the comments, and I will see what I can do about doing some of that. If anybody wants to see Rome 2, I do have the Divide et Imperia. I believe that's its name. I have that series. I can also do Radius. For Empire, I have the most up-to-date version of Darth Mod, which to me was always the best mod for Empire. Unfortunately, Empire is notoriously unstable, so if I go to do gameplay of Empire, you guys have just gotta be aware that at any given time the game could crash. Attila, I believe I was using Radius, and Warhammer, I've got a compilation of mods. Unfortunately, due to my financial situation, I have not been able to get the Wood Elves DLC yet. I will more than likely get that after the holidays, but I currently do not have the Wood Elves. I have every other DLC aside from there's one Dwarven hero that I don't have. I believe there was a competition or something like that you had to get him with. So, as far as Attila, Rome, and Shogun 2 are concerned, I have all the DLC. I spoke to a good friend of mine last night. He's one of my subs and has been my friend since, well, 3rd grade. And he suggested that I do some Company of Heroes and Men of War and Civilization videos. Now, I do not own Civilization 6. It's on my list of games that I would like to get, but like I said, the same with the Wood Elves DLC. my financial situation doesn't permit me to buy games currently. It's just it's out of the question. I don't even have enough money for a tank of gas right now, so I would be more than happy to do Company of Heroes. I play either European Front, which is available on Steam, and is a modification. It's a very in-depth modification. Or, more commonly, I play the latest version of Blitzkrieg, which I quite thoroughly enjoy Blitzkrieg. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's so that I don't mine underneath those pillars. In fact, if I was smart, I'd make a couple wood plates and put them around there just to seal it off, but I think we'll be okay. Actually, instead of doing concrete, let me see, do I still have? I do. So we'll take some of those. And our spikes are done. I'd love to just get the spikes in right now, but okay, so like I said, I'm going to go 2 blocks down from the surface in case they decide to start digging. These probably won't get upgraded for a while until I start the underground portion of this. Now, the next step will be I'm going to have to go dig up a lot of dirt. I'm going to find a hill, dig out a ton of dirt fragments, and collect a lot of plant fibers and get the sod going. Sod, once dried, is a very effective way to keep zombies out. Or, well, I mean, it's not the best, admittedly, but it will deter them for some time, and using it as a foundation block is an effective way of keeping them out. Whoops. Back to what I was saying about these other games. If I do Company of Heroes, I would have to do a reinstall of Blitzkrieg, simply because I'm also using the cheat mod. I'm using that not because I enjoy cheating, but quite often, if I don't like playing against easy AIs, and unfortunately, more often than not, I am a very defensive Company of Heroes player. So if I'm playing with AI allies, I expect them to pull their weight, and they really don't. They get clogged up in their base, and given that there's no way to counter artillery in that game, I quite frequently get myself in a situation where my enemy's pounding at the door and I don't have anything to hold them back. So I use the cheat mod to keep the resources flowing a little bit faster and ensure that even if my allies are funking up, I'm managing to hold my own. But if I was going to do a recording, I would of course get rid of the cheat mod and play the game as intended. And my friend that I was just speaking of, which I hope you're watching this video, he wishes to join in on as commentary or as a player. Now, unfortunately, if I let him join in as commentary, I have to put a basically a disclaimer at the beginning of this video, basically warning you all that disgruntled asshole language is going to be expected, and I say that because, well, when he and I get going in Company Heroes, there's really no telling what we're gonna say. Both of us get equally frustrated sometimes with the game. And also, he wants to do Men of War Assault Squad 2, which neither one of us are particularly strong players at that. We do quite frequently lose. I'm going to get rid of this. I know that I've got respawns on, but... So, if we play that, I can basically say that you guys should expect to see a lot of losses, but it'll be funny. Because we will try our hardest not to fail, and there will just be insanely funny situations where, you know, a unit gets killed in such a bizarre way that we just can't help but laugh. You know, a soldier gets tossed across the entire map by a tank. My friend will take possession of a tank and run over an entire enemy unit or something like that. So that's basically what that would be. So you guys have to give me some feedback on whether you'd like to see that or not. Now, I'm going to go a little ways away here to do my... I don't want clay. Okay, so we'll dig right here. Once I've got a little bit going here, then I'll start up the sod. That way we can... I probably chose a bad spot simply because of the existing gravel patch. Onto the subject of Civilization. I do have Civilization 3 and its expansion. I have Civilization 4 and its expansions. I have Civilization 5 and its expansions, or DLC. And I also have Revolution. Is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Anyways, so I can play any of those. I do not own Revolution on Steam. I have a physical copy of it, as do I have 4 as a physical copy, and I think, do I have it? No. I would have to install it physically onto my computer. Well, I mean, obviously all games end up physically being there, but you know what I mean, I have discs. A couple other games I currently have that I am more than happy to play that are installed. I have Stellaris. I don't have the latest DLC for it. I would like to get it. Once again, that falls under my financial situation. What else do I have? I have Star Wars Empire at War. I know there's a couple people out there who do Let's Plays, especially, I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever watched Captain Shack at XP Gamers, or Gull and Bane at GB Gaming, formerly Gull Gaming. There's also a guy I watch from time to time, Andrew Hester. Shout out if he ever sees this video. Some good content, man, especially with your Phoenix Rising. Thanks for taking all my advice from the comments. That one bullet, I know he hasn't posted Empire at War in a while, but he is the author of, ooh, I guess I'm hungry, The Awakening of the Rebellion mod, which I'm really waiting, because I know he's been posting on Mod B that he's getting close to a release. I can't wait to see that. I've been waiting for that for some time. I have Phoenix Rising installed on Empire at War, so if somebody wants to see a playthrough of that, I can do it. It is a bit crashy. It likes to crash sometimes, but it's still certainly worth playing. I do have PlanetSide 2 installed. I haven't played it in a while, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not that great of a player, but if I was going to do PlanetSide 2, I would do a stream of it on Twitch or here on YouTube. I know it's not the most exciting game to stream just because you can't do much interaction with your audience without losing too much of your concentration on the battle. So, I do not own a single Call of Duty game or Battlefield game on PC. I do not have any consoles, so you're not going to see any Call of Duty or Battlefield. I would have liked to have gotten Battlefield 1, and I may still, somewhere down the road, just to try it out. I did, when I had an Xbox 360, I did extensively play Battlefield 4 and 3. Well, basically 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that means Bad Company 1 and 2, which will always be the best of them. I did not play Battlefield Hardline. I lost my interest in Battlefield when 4 came out. It really held no real appeal to me. I feel that EA has seriously taken the wrong path with its FPS games of late, the most notable being Battlefront. I'm sorry, but being a devout Star Wars fan, and somebody who invested probably close to 1,000 hours into Battlefront 2 when I had it on PlayStation 2, seeing what EA did to Battlefront was heartbreaking. And to know that the Battlefront 3 Legacy mod for Battlefront 2 has been frowned upon by EA, and other mods of similar structure for Battlefront 2, or even there was a indie group. Well, I don't know if they were an indie group, but they were an independent dev team that they were trying to basically release their own version of Battlefront 3, the fan favorite version, which included space to ground transition and vice versa, and stuff like that. And EA shut them down. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it hurts to see when the developers take away from the community. I, being a modder myself, and I know most of you probably don't know anything about this, back during my Empire at War modding days, I did quite a bit of work on a Battlestar mod. And a friend of mine that lives in Wales was the head of the team for the Colonial Wars mod, Darth Byron. And he and I are still friends. And we tried resurrecting the mod, and both of us, he runs a web hosting company, and between school, work, and just a lack of motivation to really work on it anymore, we kind of let the mods sink away. But back right when we had first started, Mod B came under scrutiny from Universal with regards to fan-created content based on Battlestar. And so Mod B had to shut everybody down. And I even sent Universal a letter. And of course, you know, they never respond. But it was You know, it's like, why would you take away the fans' ability to make content? I understand that you have the right to protect your content, you know, the same way Games Workshop does with, you know, Warhammer 40k and Warhammer stuff. You know, like Total War Warhammer would be the perfect staging grounds for a Lord of the Rings conversion mod. Do you think it's going to happen? Absolutely not. Games Workshop would never allow that to happen. If they did, oh my god, that'd be amazing. But it won't happen. And it was just really disappointing to see that Universal did that. In the same way that Paramount did with the Axanar production, the Star Trek Axanar film. How they basically came in and said cease and desist. You know, I mean, Axanar ended up getting released. They got some support. They got enough fan support that I believe it was released. I would hope that it was. I haven't actually looked. I might look that up afterwards. And it's just like, why would you take away your fans' abilities to create content based off your stuff? I mean, what if one day Disney turned around, said to Steam, any Steam Workshop content related to Star Wars for any game had to be taken down. And I mean Space Engineers, Stellaris, anything. And no, I am not going for that. Do you know how disappointing it would be if one day I got on Space Engineers and could no longer pull up my blueprints for X-Wings and Z95 headhunters and acclimators? I mean, imagine how Captain Shack would feel. Oh, talk about myself. Poor Captain Shack. I don't know what he'd do. And so, you know, you really got to think about it. Like, why do that to your fans? And I know I'm rambling right now, but I'm digging dirt. What else do you want me to do? In fact, we're coming up on 35 minutes here, and I've done nothing but dig dirt for the past 15 minutes, and I'm sure you guys are bored of watching me. In fact, my shovel's almost broke. That's usually a good sign that you should stop. How much dirt do we have? We don't even have 4,000, because this was a gravel pit, too. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about the other games. If you want to see Minecraft, I'll do Minecraft. If you want to see Space Engineers, I'm going to do Space Engineers, but once, I'm hoping by now, and I haven't checked, but by now the daily hotfix should have come out that would fix the grinding, welding, and placement issues on old grids. I would hope that's been fixed anyways. I watched Captain Shack's stream last night with Morphologist and Zaklo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Anyways, Zok works with Keen and kind of cleared up a few things. I was highly impressed that, you know, he, after such a big release, was willing to give some insight and inside information to Shack and Morph. And from what I could see, he was very, very surprised at how poorly the game was running in multiplayer. The sim speed was down, and I noticed the same thing. When I joined with Drake yesterday. Last night, he created a new world, copied and pasted our basin, and we tried to see how things were, and that's when we started doing bug testing, because things were not working. I couldn't even join his world after a certain point. It was just lagging out, and the latency was terrible. So they've got a little bit of work to do. I like that they did the rock, paper, scissors for the multiplayer code and then combined the best of them. I think they probably should have taken a little bit more time to invest in those separate paths to really try and iron out some of the existing problems. I know Shaq and Morph tested out an LAAT gunship with rotor doors, and the rotors didn't shear off, which is impressive. So that tells me that some things got fixed, but if you can't play multiplayer and your worlds, you have servers, that hurts. You know, if the host is fine, but everybody else is lagging very badly, you're going to have a lot of people disappear very quickly. Okay, so we're going to get the sod going here, and I think I'm going to call it quits. 361, that should be more than enough. Yeah. Almost doing 100 damage per hit. Another point or two into mining, and we should be able to do this in 4 hits. Which is kind of why I'm getting these few rocks real quick. Give the sod a chance to build up. We'll go get that put down. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen a single zombie. It's kind of depressing. I like killing zombies as a substitute for killing people. No, I'm just kidding. I can't wait for bandits, though. I'll take pleasure in killing bandits, because I'm going to pretend each one of them is Negan. And if you don't know who Negan is, you're sheltered and need to get a life. Because if you don't like The Walking Dead, or you don't know what The Walking Dead is, you shouldn't be watching anybody play 7 Days to Die. That's just my opinion, though. I'm not trying to tell you have to watch The Walking Dead, but it is a good show. 40 points, holy crap. If worst comes to worst, when I'm back to discussing my computer's hardware, worst comes to worst, you know, to save some of these videos, just in case, I do have a spare terabyte hard drive. It was technically given to my father, but I gave it to him, so I kind of feel entitled to be able to take it back if I need it. Little tidbit of info. The friend who wants to do the Company Heroes Men of War stuff with me had me build him a computer a couple months ago. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of what happened after that, but let's just say he didn't end up with that computer. And given my current situation, I opted to let... Is this nurse going to be worth it? Because recently I've come to the opinion that it's really not. You had some cash, I'll give you that. Please disappear. So anyways, as I was saying, I opted to give this other computer to my parents to replace their almost 10-year-old desktop, and that would cover some of my bills for a couple months. And they've done nothing with it. It's collecting dust, and it's a pretty solid rig. If I thought I could, I would take it from them and use it as a dedicated rig for servers. And if I manage to find a job and can afford to do so, I would consider, for my subscribers, opening up either a 7 Days to Die server or possibly a Space Engineer server, Minecraft. At one time through Creeper Host, I did do a Oh, Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock server, and a couple of my friends played a little bit, but we kind of died off. I lost my job, and then basically nobody wanted to play anymore, so I had to cancel it. But I'd be more than happy to open up a server for subscribers, with the understanding that anybody that wanted to play would have to follow a couple simple rules, especially with Minecraft and Space Engineers. 7 days, not so much, but in Space Engineers, if you're going to work with a team, group of people, try not to destroy their stuff. And I know Drake, SK Drake, if you're watching this, you're probably laughing at the hypocrisy in that statement, given the state of your what? Oh, the state of your previous base once I entered it. But I am of a strong opinion that, if somebody spends a lot of time setting up a base and building stuff, then unless they've agreed to play multiplayer against you, you should just let them have their stuff. It's kind of fair that way. So that would be my only rule for subs and server. We're a ways away from that because obviously right now I only have 6 subs. Some of my friends have said they're gonna watch my stuff, so hopefully that number goes up a little. I'm not saying that anybody really has to watch this, but certainly would be nice. Okay, I don't really have any option. I don't have any meat. Okay, I have to go back. Okay, so before I head back, pause, and once again, I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you guys want to see more of this, please hit the like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below telling me what you thought, and, you know, let me know what you guys want to see in the future. I'm going to continue doing 7 Days to Die, and more than likely start up some Space Engineers, and I'll go from there. So, as always, I'll catch you on the next one.